Alright, quick video here of playing Metroid Dread with a D-pad. I'm using the 8-bit Do Pro 2 controller, and you can actually customize it to where the D-pad registers as a left analog stick. So you can see here, Samus moves pretty fine. It feels really good at first, the way she moves compared to using an analog stick, but the more I played the game like this, the more problems I ran into. So you can see she can shoot up, right, and at a 45-degree angle, but nowhere in between, because if you had the left analog stick inputs, you'd be able to get in all these directions. On here I actually mapped the left analog stick to the right side here. As you can see, you can move that, but you can't press shoot. You'd have to remap shoot to like maybe the shoulder button or something, and then you can get around like that, but just doesn't really feel that good. I don't recommend trying to do what I did and play with the D-pad. Let's go fight some guys real quick. See, I can shoot there. Can shoot. See, if I had was using the left stick to control where I wouldn't have too hard of a trouble hitting some of these guys. It just feels really awkward. Like, this game really was meant to be played with a left analog stick instead of using a D-pad. If you want to have a traditional Metroid style game, you can kind of get away with this, but I really don't recommend it because shooting doesn't feel good like this. The game is really meant to be played with a Pro controller, or at least in the default layout. So look at this. Without using the free roaming camera angle when you hold down left stick or left trigger, it feels really awkward hitting people at certain angles. Alright, let's go look at how a Pro controller compares to this. Here I have my nice Xenoblade 2 Pro controller that you can't really get anywhere. Ooh, let me reconnect that. And see, as you're moving, you can still kind of shoot in between the 90 to or 0 to 90 degrees. As with the D-pad, you really can't do that, so it makes more sense to just have it like this instead of playing with the D-pad. Mercury Steam knew what they were doing when they controlled the game like this. And man, I really love the way this game controls with the analog stick, because in Samus Returns, when you were moving, you were able to shoot like this to have a free roam, shooting or putting Samus in place and shooting wherever. But when it came to moving, it kind of felt like the D-pad directions where you can move and you can only shoot straight or at an angle, like in traditional Metroids. But now in this one, you can just fuck about and go around and just shoot everything in place, and it feels really good. This game is just controlled so well with a control stick that I don't normally play a lot of 2D platformers with a joystick. I usually just stick with D-pad, but Mercury Steam did a great job with this title, and they knew what they were doing when they programmed the game, so props to them. See, I can easily just hit that guy right there and go about my business. If you're on the fence about playing this game with a analog stick rather than a D-pad, you don't really have much to worry about because the game control is really fine this way instead of playing with the D-pad. But if you did want to play with the D-pad, you'd have to do a lot of customization to the controller, and it just doesn't work out that well. Ooh, we gotta do this. Come on, Emmy, go away. Ooh, she's gonna kill me. But if you did want to still play the game with a D-pad, I'll leave a screenshot of how I customize my buttons on screen. Yeah, you're gonna need to do a lot of customization to try to go ahead and fine-tune the way you want to play. I do still recommend playing with the traditional controls because they just work so well in this game. But if you're a purist, I'll share what I put on screen, and maybe you can try it out, and it could probably work better for you. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah. Until then, and play more Metroid Dread. This game is really good. Bye bye.